Overcome fear by acknowledging it. Fear is not a bad thing. However, it becomes a bad thing when it holds you back in doing the things that you really want to do. Whether if it's trying the new dance class or asking someone out on a date to taking a leap of faith in a business is what holds most people back that I come across. The reality is you need to acknowledge it and not run away from fear. So I come across this all the time in my coaching practice, and almost every single person has some sort of fear that is associated with fear of judgment, fear of reaction, or fear of rejection, fear in general. And I'm not saying that fear is a bad thing because it's not a bad thing, but I think when we start to label fear as fear and that hinders us from actually going after what we want, that's when the dangerous things happen. So the difference between people who are extremely successful, if you look at the top 2% of people in the world, they see fear as excitement because it feels the same in your body. So the other day I was coaching someone who's about to do some public speaking. So he's about to do a TEDx talk, which is super exciting because I'm a big fan of TED and I have been a TEDx speaker myself. So I love that. So he says, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I don't know what if, and then every time you call it nervous or fear, you get into your own head and you start to make up these stories that you're not good enough, you don't belong on that stage. And then you start to think about childhood and all sorts of things starts to happen. So what I ask everybody to do who's feeling that way, including him, is to really connect with your body, thinking about your five senses, which is hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, and smelling. Connect with those sensations because those are the sensations that is universal for most people, provided that you're not blind and you lost your sense of hearing or smelling. But at some point, people could connect with one of those senses, regardless if you have all of them or just one of them. So I said, just really connect with the sensations in your body. And at first, it was very difficult because every time I was like, how does it feel in your body? I feel nervous. No, don't talk about being nervous. Is it something happening in your stomach? Is your heart beating faster? Are your palms sweating? Are your cheeks getting flushed? Are you trembling a little bit? Just notice those things around you and just really connect with it. And then the more you feel it, and you actually want to increase the frequency of feeling it too. It's like, how much more can I sweat? Like right now, as I'm doing this live stream, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit sweat coming along. I feel my heart's beating fast and I'm really connecting with it. And my voice sometimes shakes. I'm like, how much more can my voice shake? That's what makes things interesting as well. So when you really connect with those sensations, you don't have it and you will not go into your head and start making up stories because you're really grounded in what you're feeling. And then for him, the more he felt it in his body, he realized that within 12 seconds or so, everything kind of just disappeared. And then a new wave of sensations came in. That he started feeling, goosebumps and excitement and all of that. Even excitement is an emotion that we're labeling. He started feeling all sorts of, he started feeling tingling in his head and all of that. And then that was like really, really amazing to feel for him. And this is an exercise I asked him, you're going to do it every single time before you practice your speech until you do your TEDx talk. So that's really, really exciting. And that's the thing. We forget to connect with our bodies, which is the most fundamental thing to do. So at this point, I'm going to go walk over to chat, see who's in the chat, and say hello. If you guys have any questions or any stories about fear, let me know. Okay. We got Lynn Scrafton in the house. Lynn is saying, run screaming and arms waving into it. I love it. I love it. That's the thing. When another way to overcome fear is not to actually overcome it, acknowledge it and run towards it, like Lynn said, waving your arms and screaming at it. And that's what we need to do. Fear will never go away. Right? We can never overcome it, but what we can do is to really dance with it and work with it. I see fear when I connect with my body. Fear and excitement has the exact same response. And like I said earlier, with people who are very successful, the top 2% of the people in the world, whether they're elite athletes to investors to dancers and artists, what they view those sensations in their body as excitement, as something for them to actually run towards as opposed to run away from. Anyways, so at this point, I'm going to end it here. It is Monday morning in Toronto. I am really excited. And I've only had 2 hours of sleep, to be honest. And guys, I have missed a couple of Coach's Corner because I've been getting a lot of back spasms. I spent a couple of days just lying on the floor and listening to audiobooks because I couldn't do anything else. And that pain was just absolutely debilitating. I'm feeling it right now as I'm standing. That's probably why my voice is shaking a little, because I'm in so much pain. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm still like pushing through, and I want to be here for all of you for Coach's Corner. So I'm gonna commit to make sure that I'm doing this every single day, regardless of how I'm feeling, and I do want to share that with you. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. So I want to leave you all with this. Stop calling certain sensations as bad things. So when you feel your heart racing, just call it what it is. It's your heart racing. That's it. Don't name it anything. Don't call it fear. Don't call it anxiety. Don't call it nervousness. Don't call it anything. Since when are we going to call those things? Because really, in the end, when you connect with the sensations in your body, then you disconnect from the stories that you tell yourselves, which are actually quite false. So my advice to you today is to really feel it in your body and push through. Anyways, guys, have an amazing day, and I will see you guys all tomorrow morning for another episode of Coach's Corner. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, Clifford showed up in the house. Hello, Clifford. Nice seeing you, darling.